Always politically correct.
Yeah, Thomas, how you doing? Today's a good day. Today we started what we call scout teams, and for those that don't know what that is, we had groups on offense and defense that started running the plays and defense that the other team starts to run. Those are usually by redshirt freshmen, true freshmen, walk-ons, sometimes some sophomores, but it's a very important position on the team because they act out the plays or defenses that the other team runs that we'll face next week. We get a little bit of a jump start on Alabama A&M because we got a few extra days to get prepared. So it's a lot of coaching to the scout teams, and we got them going today for about 40 minutes. Tomorrow we'll go for a little bit longer, but now we're getting in game mode. We're going to try to start getting people healthy, going through more situational stuff, and doing the scout teams to try to get ready to play the team that we're going to play the next week. So it's a good day. We've got a few guys still beat up a little bit. Again, we'll practice tomorrow out here right before the game at 5 o'clock. I think we have a high school game. We'll come out a little earlier and get that out of the way. They get Saturday off and try to get their legs back, try to get people back healthy, and then Sunday we'll go back at it again for game week, and looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time.
Coach, now almost a week out from your opener here at Nipper, as you look around here, you just get a sense of how anxious the guys are to be back here at Nipper and start the season once again here?
Yeah, it's 29 about 29, 30 days you have before your first game in college football. We have nobody else to practice against. We're all hitting each other, and you get to a point where guys just want, hey, it's time to ease up a little bit. We don't want to bang up the other guys on all the other guys on the team. So it'll be fun to start playing games because you really don't know what you have. We're going to have some weaknesses, and we're going to have some guys make mistakes, but you don't know who that's going to be until you play the first game, and we'll be off and running. This time last year we were still about a month away from opening. Everybody else was opening next week. We had 2 open dates back to back. So a little different this year. We're ready to go, and guys are hungry to play, and we need to play. We need to find out where we're at and what we need to work on.
Coach, you made a little news today with relationship to the COAs.
Oh yeah. It's all about accountability. We don't fine anybody or anything. I don't know where that word came from, but they're accountable for what they do here in terms of fees and parking tickets and all those kind of things. I mean, it doesn't change. It hadn't changed. If you don't take it out of their cost of attendance money, their mom and dad are going to have to pay it from home. So it's got to come from somewhere. So it's all about trying to make these guys self-responsible and be accountable for what they do.
And it's written into the actual scholarship too.
Oh yeah. It's written into that, and so it's what we're going to do is going to happen to every school. We just talked about it. We want our guys to understand that, hey, when you leave here, we want you to have money in your pocket. We don't want you to have to go out and get loans from the government, and that's what a lot of these kids do before the cost of attendance. If they had problems beforehand and they had to pay for books that they didn't turn in or dorm room problems or something like that, they didn't have a chance to pay for it, so they had to go take out these loans and pay 15-20%. We want them to be, when they leave here, to be able to get that degree and not be in the hole and have all these loans that they got to pay back. And so we want them to be accountable. It's not anything different. It's just, now we've got a little headway to where we can work on it.
Is there a menu of some sort? And I don't mean that facetiously. Since Virginia Tech has got a menu out today, if they miss a meal, they get fined $10.
No, we're not. I mean, we're not going to be that petty. We want to make sure it's has to do with their bursar bill. Everybody has an account I got an account with the university, and if I don't pay a parking ticket, it goes to that account. You got to pay it, and it's no different. So it's just you got to take care of your responsibilities, and I think I'm all for this cost of attendance, and we're talking about 5, 6, 7% maybe. Everybody else takes care of their business, but you want to make sure everybody learns self-responsibility.
And the guys are buying in, and it's been fairly easy to implement so far.
Well, I mean, we had the first payment of players on August 5th. That sounds funny, paying players. And it's direct deposit in their account. And it's basically the 15th of every month. We won't take anything out of that. I mean, that's basically what they're going to get. And, some kids get $700, some kids get $1,000, some kids get $1,500 a month, depending on where they're living and all that. But what we do is we hold some back for the end of the semester that we want to give them as a lump sum. And if there's any parking tickets or any damage that they've done to their dorm room, anything that the school is going to going to hold them accountable for, that's how that they're going to end up paying for it.
And how's it work on, like, if there's a suspension? Does the COA money get held while they're suspended, or?
You know, I never thought about that. I know if you're off the team, the cost of attendance is for people that practice and play. You know, if you quit a team, you got a chance to get a part-time job because you're not on the team anymore. I know that probably cost of attendance won't pay for any of that after, you know, if somebody were to quit or whatever. But you know, we're not going to penalize it. We're not out here to penalize anybody. We're out here to teach. You know, we're an educational institution, and this is a great opportunity for the guys to learn to, you know, take care of things. You know, be responsible for what you have and make a better person out of yourself. And when you leave here, take that degree with you, and not a degree with a big lump sum you got to pay back for the government.
No more questions, anybody? I got it. Playing Alabama A&M. On paper, well, probably in reality, you're supposed to win big. What do you look for to get out of this game?
Oh, we got to go play somebody else. We got to see, you know, who's going to, you know, give 100% effort, who can line up, who can play consistent. And we're not looking for just first team, but second team, and some third team guys. We're looking for punters and kickers, you know, to put them under pressure and see what they can do. It's a dress rehearsal, but it's a game. It's an important game. They're going to come in here. They've been working hard. We'll get their best shot. You know, you don't. Everybody says, you know, you're a 1AA team. I can remember Michigan losing to one. I remember a couple other teams losing. You want to treat it like anything else. Hey, you want to go out and play your best, and not really worry about anybody else other than how you play. And again, kids are trying to make the team. They're trying to make an impression. There'll be some guys that will play in this game that might not play for the rest of the year, you know, if they don't play well. So, you know, that's part of it.
I know you're going to use multiple running backs, but is there a clear-cut starter for you right now in the backfield?
Oh, I'd say it's by committee. Right now, the only senior we got is Jose, and I would imagine, you know, he's practiced really well. He's a senior, but we'll leave that up to Eddie and see who he wants to start. I feel very confident in all three of our running backs. Last year, we went through them very quickly. We ended up playing a freshman that we were hoping to redshirt, Michael Boone, and he ended up having to play because everybody was beat up, and that's part of football. So you got to have some depth at running back. These guys take some shots, and hopefully this year we keep them all healthy where we can have a good rotation.
Some of your fans that haven't seen a scrimmage, which is the majority of your fans, what will they see differently this year than last year? What do you hope they see differently?
Oh, I hope we play better defensively. Last year, the first 4 games, we absolutely stunk. You know, we couldn't stop anybody. And, you know, we got ahead in the first couple of games we played, and then the other team comes storming back. We've got to be more consistent on defense. We got more athletes. We got guys that are going to make mistakes, but we got to make more big plays, got to cause more turnovers. And on offense, you know, it's going to be a kind of a continuation, hopefully, of where we left off last year. You know, we're going to be able to throw it. We got good receivers. We got a quarterback that hopefully he's grown up a little bit more from last year, knowing that he's the guy. You know, he's going to start the engine every game. And then we've got to find some good backups, you know, for backup quarterback who's going to play offensive line consistently. You know, we've had a couple of changes with our first 2 offensive lines several times during after scrimmages because of you know, guys playing better than others. So that's what it's all about. You know, the first few games there'll be some movement in the depth chart. Hopefully we're not that far off of, you know, going in the first game of what we think it should be. But again, there's going to be guys who will play better in the game than they do in practice. So we need to play and see who that's going to be.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.